In this video, we're going to be talking about new grants up to $500,000 for small businesses. Let's get started. Hey everyone, I'm Rinde from AskRinde, and welcome to the #1 community for real estate, income, and credit. So if you'd like to know more about these new reimbursement grants and hospitality grants up to $500,000 for small businesses, make sure you watch the videos to the end and leave a comment below if you need help with anything. As new grant programs roll out all around the country, food service businesses are getting a big bolster by huge grant programs to be able to help them keep their doors open. One of the larger grants is a $500,000 grant being offered by the North Carolina Department of Revenue. So the North Carolina Department of Revenue launched a grant program for small businesses called the Business Recovery Grant Program. And this grant program is specifically for businesses who've actually suffered economic loss due to the pandemic. Food service businesses were particularly hit hard. Businesses such as hotels, restaurants, bars, etc. Those businesses actually took some of the hardest hits for pandemic loss and economic loss, not only just on the employee side, but financial loss from their doors being closed. So this grant program is meant to help these businesses recover. And under this program, the grants go up to $500,000. And there are two types of grants available for eligible businesses that can demonstrate at least a 20% loss due to the pandemic. Number one being hospitality grants, and number two being reimbursement grants. So they're segmenting disbursements of the grants and awards to the different grant types based on their NAICS code. So for the hospitality grants, grants will be available for eligible businesses in arts, entertainment, and recreation, as well as food service businesses such as hotel, bars, restaurants, etc. These businesses are actually classified under the NAICS code of 71 and 72. And the next disbursement of grants will go to the other segment of companies and small businesses that are in need in the form of a reimbursement grant. So this is going to be for all companies that are not under the NAICS code 71 and 72. Also companies that did not receive any other form of help, such as the PPP, the EIDL, and any other job retention program that was offered in the state. So these are companies that have actually been bootstrapping and doing everything on their own. They've received no help, they've received no assistance whatsoever, and they're still trying to actually survive. At least these reimbursement grants are going to be able to help them recover many of the losses and some of the revenue that they've missed since the pandemic started. So the grant amount is going to be based on a percentage, based on the demonstrated loss by the eligible business, or $500,000, whichever is less. And the NCDOR, or the North Carolina Department of Revenue, does reserve the right to actually reduce grants amounts if the amounts that are actually being awarded exceed the funds available by the state. So the application process is still open for these grants, and the deadline to apply is January 31st. So I highly encourage you to apply for these grants if your business falls under the NAICS code of 71 and 72 and you're classified under those codes and you're in the state of North Carolina. So these are going to be one-time payment grants, and the money does not have to be paid back. The unique thing about this grant, though, is that the money is going to be sent to you via check in the mail. So the address that you actually provide for your business is going to be crucial in actually getting and receiving the check for this grant. And the great thing about this grant is that they don't have a very stringent eligibility criteria. If you're under the hospitality grant, you really just need to make sure that your company is classified under the NAICS code 71 and 72. You need to actually demonstrate that you've had at least a 20% loss in revenue due to the pandemic, and you simply need to be located in North Carolina. If you're going to be getting the reimbursement grant, your company is segmented and not qualified under the NAICS code 71 and 72. You also must be located within North Carolina. You also must not have received funding from any other source, such as the PPP, EIDL, and other job relief grant opportunities that were offered in the state. And they're going to pull proof of your 20% economic loss by looking at line 1 of your sales and use tax form E500. They're also going to be looking at the business pre-pandemic versus current pandemic period, which would be March 1st of 2019 to February 29th of 2020. Versus March 1st of 2020 to February 28th of 2021. So all grant amounts for this grant will be determined at the end of the application period, which will be January 31st. So I highly encourage you to apply now if you're interested in this grant by simply going to their website at ncdor.gov/business-recovery-grant. We're also going to be including the application checklist and the online application for this particular grant in our resource area. You can actually access our resource area by going to my website, AskRinde.com, clicking on grants, and getting started today. So if you'd like to learn more how to position yourself for grants like this, how to position your company to be able to get grants that are in the 4-figure range, 5-figure range, and multiple 6-figure ranges, make sure you go to my website, AskRinde.com, click on grants, and join us for our grants and masterclass. We teach you the insights of how to be prepared and how to apply and receive grants on an ongoing basis. So I look forward to seeing you inside the masterclass. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. You can also email me. My email address is AskRindeNetwork@gmail.com. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Till next time, thank you so much for watching.